Happy Hump Day, students. That is, if you're watching this on Wednesday. Our lesson today is called Solving Two-Step Equations. Yesterday we did one step, so this will be just one step further to two-step. Two-step means that it has two operations, like multiply and add would be in there, or multiply and subtract, or add and divide, or subtract and divide. First equation is going to be 3x plus 1 equals 7. In this one, your x is being multiplied with 3, and then you get the 1 added. So this is a multiply and add equation. To undo this, to solve it, you undo each operation in reverse order. So first, we're going to subtract the 1 away, and then we'll divide the 3 away. So it looks like this. You have a plus 1, so we put a subtract 1 under it. That's the opposite, so those cancel. And then 7 minus 1 leaves you 6. So you bring down your what's left. 3x comes down, equals comes down. 7 minus 1 is 6. Bring that over. 3x equals 6. You're going to divide the 3's away. 3 divided by 3 is 1. That leaves just your x. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so x equals 2. Something I'm going to want you to do on every single problem in your assignment, as well as on your bell work that you're going to do in just a little bit, I want you checking them. And I'm going to be very picky about that. I definitely want the check on your paper. X equals 2. Whatever you say it to the x is, you're going to plug it right back into the original equation. So that's why we put it right there. And you work out the side that has the variable on it. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. If you can show that both sides of the equal sign are exactly the same, then you did your problem correctly. And that is your check. So we're going to practice that again with an example. Our first problem is 5 plus 2n equals -1. The first number we're going to get rid of is on the same side as the variable, but it's by itself. So the 5. The opposite of a positive 5 is a -5. So we're going to put a -5 on both sides. 5 minus 5 is 0. Those cancel. Well, the 2n drops down. The equal sign drops down. And -1 and -5 have same signs, so we add them and keep it negative. That's step 1. Step 2, now we have to get rid of the 2 that's with the n, because our goal is to get n all by itself. So we're going to divide the 2 away. Divide the 2 away. 2 divided by 2 is 1, leaving n. Negative divided by positive is a negative, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we get n equals -3. Next thing I want you to do is check it. So we'll move over to the right, rewrite our original equation. 5 plus 2n equals -1. And we're going to now plug in what we said n was. And we're going to use parentheses to show multiplication. N, we said, is -3. So that's what we're going to put right here for n. And then we're going to work it out. 2 times -3 is -6. 5 drops down and the plus. 5 plus -6 is -1. And if we can show that it equals the other side, then we did a good job and we're finished. Let's do another one. This time we have -8 equals -x plus 4. We're going to start with the number by itself on the same side of the variable. +4, we're going to put a -4 on both sides. Those 4's cancel, leaving just -x. And -8 and -4 make -12. Now we're not finished, because you cannot have a -x as an answer, because that's saying -1x. There's a -1 in front of there. So we have to divide that -1 away. And we do both sides the same way. And basically it just changes your sign on both sides. Negative divided by negative leaves a +x, and again a +12. Now we're going to check that. -8 equals -x plus 4. Negative whatever x is plus 4. We're going to plug in our x of 12. And then we work that out. Negative 8 equals negative 12 plus 4, which does make negative 8. So we know we're correct. Go on. Now with this problem, you're going to see division and then subtraction. So we're going to start out, again, the number that's by itself on the same side with the variable, and it's the negative 2 or the subtract 2. The opposite is to add 2 to both sides. The 2's cancel. N divided by negative 3 drops down, equals drops. And then negative 18 plus 2 makes a negative 16, because we will subtract them and keep the sign of the number with the greater absolute value. Now to undo division, same as the one-step equation, we multiply both sides by what's being divided. So those will simplify away, leaving n, and then we'll do 16 times 3, which is 48, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So we've got positive 48. We're going to bring it over here, rewrite it, and check it. We said n was positive 48 divided by negative 3 minus 2 equals negative 18. 48 divided by negative 3 comes out to be a negative 16. Minus 2 does make negative 18. And that's what we're looking for. Got the negative up there. So we know we did it correctly. Let's look at another type of a problem. I think I'm going to skip that one. That one we've done an example like that. I'll do this one and one more. Again, it's subtract 4 is the number we're going to start with, so we're going to add 4 to both sides. Work that out. Those cancel. C divided by negative 2 drops down. 3 plus 4 makes 7. To get rid of the negative 2, it's being divided, we'll multiply. Negative 2 on both sides. Oops, that should be a 2. Sorry about that. These simplify away. 7 times negative 2 makes a negative 14. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to plug negative 14 in for C. Put a negative 2 under it. Minus 4 equals 3. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And negative divided by negative is a positive. 7 minus 4 is 3. And that's what the other side should be. So that's how you check. I'm going to do one more example before I give you about 3 I want you to bring back tomorrow. 2/3 x minus 5 plus, or that should be an equals 7. I think that got written wrong. The first thing we're going to work with is the negative 5. We're going to get rid of that negative 5 by adding 5 on both sides of our equal sign. Those will cancel away or make 0. 2/3 x drops down. The equal sign drops down. And 7 plus 5 makes 12. Now this should look like one of your one-step equations that you worked on in class when you have a fraction in front of x. This is just showing multiply. But the way we solve it, when we would multiply by a fraction, is, to divide. But when it's a fraction, we're going to flip it and multiply it. So the 2/3 will flip, become 3/2 on both sides. Remember, always flip and multiply when you see a fraction right in front of a variable. Now when those simplify away, leaving x, we'll put our 12/1, and we're going to cross simplify. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 12 6 times, and then we'll multiply straight across. 6 times 3 is 18, and 1 times 1 is 1. I'm not going to write the 1 under the 18. We don't need to do that. and x equals 18 is our answer. And we are going to check this. 2/3 times 18 minus 5 equals 7. Again, when you multiply with a whole number, you put it over 1. We can cross simplify. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 18 6 times. Multiply straight across. 2 times 6, 12. Minus 5 is 7. 7 equals 7. Okay, now I'm going to give you 3 that I want you to have done and bring back to class. And they are right here. And I will see you in class.